I think he's the best. And I'm very partial towards Harrison Ford. So there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my non-scientific. From my gut, I just immediately answered Han.
Okay.
Go ahead and destroy it. Go ahead.
It's Hera.
I knew it. I knew you were picking Hera.
It's Hera. I mean, what else? What besides the Falcon? What have you seen Solo fly?
I know she can fly anything.
You see him fly the Falcon. You see him fly the Lambda class Imperial shuttle. Okay.
True.
What do we see Poe fly?
Well, X-wings.
That's really all we've seen Poe fly. Or the X-wings.
Yeah.
And the Falcon. He flew the Falcon once.
Oh, you're right. Right at the beginning of Rise of
Skywalker. It nearly destroyed the thing.
Right.
But he flew the Falcon. Let's look at Hera. Hera has flown the Ghost, which is a cargo ship similar to that of the Falcon. She's flown the X-Wing. She's flown an A-Wing. She's flown a Y-Wing. She's flown a B-Wing. And she has survived them all in combat. I mean, she was the first one to fly the B-Wing. I mean, you can't argue with that. I mean, well, you could argue it. People are going to argue, and I'm sure I'm going to hear a lot. So send your feedback on Hera being the best to Aaron at StarWarsReactions.com. But to me, it's Hera. And I like Poe. I like Solo. I love Solo. But in my opinion, it's Hera.
Well, there's a couple things we say in psychology, just as jokes, just because, what is it? Oh gosh, I just blocked on it. Oh, I know. There's no reason to throw out a perfectly good theory just because it isn't true. And I'll apply that. And the other thing I would say to you is just because you have mounds of data to blow my argument out of the water doesn't mean I have to accept it. So I know I started thinking about it as you listed off every ship she's flown. It's like, and more, it's like, okay, but so yes, very well done, my friend. Very well done.
Well, like I said at the beginning, everybody has their opinion. That doesn't make them right. That doesn't make them wrong. That's what makes Star Wars great, is we can all have different opinions. And that's what makes fandom great, is we all have different opinions, but we all love the same thing. It doesn't matter what our opinion is. We love Star Wars. So as you can see, David and I have varying opinions on a lot of things, but that's what makes Star Wars great. That's what makes fandom great. The last question we're going to tackle here on the air, and you can get the rest of our questions online when we post them, and we'll let you know when that is actually the question. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, what do you hope to accomplish with this podcast?
What do you want to add, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. I'll go first. Okay. We want to have fun. That's what I want. I want to have fun. I want to engage in great discussions and reviews about the saga, about the shows, about Star Wars in general. I want it to be a place that is safe for everybody's opinions, whether you agree or not. It doesn't matter to us. We want it to be. We just want this to be fun. Star Wars is meant to be fun. It's meant to bring people together and not divide people, and that's what we're wanting to do. We want to unify people with the show. And that's all my point of view. I don't know what David's going to say to this, because we haven't discussed these answers at all. But I want to have fun. I want to be a positive force in fandom, a positive voice in fandom. And I want people to see that it doesn't matter what everybody's opinions are. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but that doesn't mean we all can't just, have fun and get along and enjoy the Star Wars saga, because it is the unifying force in Star Wars fandom, is the fact that we like Star Wars. We all have different favorite characters. We all have different favorite shows. We all have different favorite movies. Some of us like the prequels. Some of us don't. Some of us like the sequels. Some of us don't. Some of us prefer certain movies in the sequels. Some of us don't. It don't matter. It's Star Wars. I mean, David and I have had this discussion off the air. I can go through and pick out something in every single Star Wars movie made, from the original trilogy, from the sequels, from the standalones to the prequels. I could pick out something out every movie that I did not like, but I still like the movies. It still love Star Wars. And that's what I want this show to be, a positive force in fandom, to bring people together, to have fun in this saga, which is what it's meant to be.
Yeah, and to piggyback off you, Aaron, first and foremost, like you said, I agree, and we didn't, we listed all these questions, we haven't discussed them, and we're just nailing them right now. And I would say number one, absolutely, to have fun. In fact, again, going back to that review episode that we did on Coffee with Kenobi to end 2019, we reviewed The Rise of Skywalker. I made the point in that show that I've really looked to Star Wars. I need to see the heroes win. I need to see positive, good stuff. I need to see the fun and adventure because of the job that I have. I've turned to Star Wars to help me with that. I'd mentioned on that show that no one comes to my office happy. As a clinical psychologist, people do come to my office crushed and miserable. And that's okay. I love them, and I'm going to support them and help them get out of that. So just like you said, when I come to Star Wars, it needs to be fun, and it is. Secondly, like you said, Aaron, we're going to be a positive force for fandom. We're not going to be criticizing people online. We're not going to be, shredding people's theories and all this kind of stuff. If people have listened to us over the last several years on Rebels reactions and Resistance reactions, there's a large body of data to show what Aaron and I are all about, and it's very positive. It's not that we're not critical of certain shows. We'll call them out. We're not just gonna, everything's hunky dory. But like Aaron said, all of us Star Wars fans can pick out problems in every movie, every episode of the Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance, you name it. But ultimately, we still enjoy them. We love them. We have fun with them. And I would just say a third thing is I hope that over the course of this podcast, Aaron and I have talked a little bit off air about, what would make us unique, what makes us us, and what would make this podcast different than the rest. That's still to evolve. And like I said, Aaron and I are talking about that. And let's see how that develops over the weeks and months, and hopefully Aaron and I can do this for years on end. And but I'll say this: I'm so thankful for all of you who have listened to us before and have continued with us. I just say a big thank you to all of you, even if you haven't texted, if you haven't emailed or direct messaged the shows. Thanks for sticking with us and for listening. It's just such a cool thing that you do. So big thanks from me.
Excellent. Well said, my friend. Well said. So, hopefully that gave you a general idea of who David and I are and what we're looking forward to in the future with the show. We got a lot of hopes and a lot of ideas, and we're going to have fun with it. And I hope you will join us and have fun. David, if somebody wants to talk Star Wars with you outside the show, how would they go about doing that?
Absolutely, my friend. The Twitter handle has not changed. It is David_Motters. All right, at David_Motters. That's on Twitter. Now, I have to plead ignorance. I heard you earlier mention your email address now at the new site. I know what my email address was at Coffee with Kenobi. Do I have, is mine going to be similar setup to yours in terms of dmodders at StarWarsReactions.com? Help me.
You forgot your email already?
Well, I do have emails, but
David's email address for Star Wars Reactions is david@starwarsreactions.com.
Is it that easy?
It was that easy, my friend. I've actually emailed you at that address already.
Okay, well, there's the whole thing of saying Star Wars or the.
I love you, bro.
No, just love me. Everybody out there love me and all my imperfections. So there you go. Twitter and email. Message me, whatever, and we'll just have a great time talking Star Wars.
I love you, David. Couldn't do this without you, my friend. Couldn't do this without you. Yes, no. If you want to talk Star Wars with me and continue it off the air, my Twitter is the best place for me. It's at TAHarris121079. Or, of course, you can always go to email me, Aaron at coffee. Not at coffee.
Oh, really?
Carabast! My thoughts exactly.
Oh, jeez. I did it too.
Oh.
So there we go. It's Aaron at. This is the first time I've had to do it with this interview.
Right. Aaron, this is what I'm talking about.
I know. Aaron at Star Wars. Oh, gosh, I almost said Carabast.
Carabast.
Oh, there it is, folks. Our first Carabast moment of the new series. Email Aaron at StarWarsReactions.com. I love it. This is the type of crazy stuff you're going to get from us. So that, and along with great conversation. So definitely tune in. Make sure you check us out on social media everywhere you go. Instagram, as I mentioned earlier in the show, SW Reactions. Of course, you can hit us up on Twitter, SW Reactions Pod, or of course on Facebook, Star Wars Reactions. If you want to email us any thoughts or ideas, our email address for the show is show@starwarsreactions.com. And of course, you can always check out our website, starwarsreactions.com. David, it's been fun, my friend.
What a show. What a start.
What a show. What a start. Like I said, the rest of the questions we'll have posted over the next several days on our website, and we will share those links as they become available on our social media. So be on the lookout for those. And of course, I want to thank each and every one of you for listening in. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for listening. We do appreciate. Remember, this is your place for elegant discussions for a more civilized age.
If you'd like to share your thoughts, you can email us at show@starwarsreactions.com for our show notes and the latest news from the Star Wars universe. Visit our website at www.starwarsreactions.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at SWReactionsPod or on Facebook at Star Wars Reactions. If you enjoy our show, please leave a review on iTunes. This podcast is not endorsed by the Walt Disney Company or by Lucasfilm Limited. It's intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. The official Star Wars website can be found at www.starwars.com. Star Wars. All names, sounds, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and or copyrights of Disney and the respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of Star Wars Reactions unless otherwise indicated. Star Wars Reactions. Elegant discussion for a more civilized age.